Welcome everyone to this Click Create Artist Spotlight. Today we have Ivona Tau, Ph.D. What words describe your artistic style?
I would say it's somewhere in the mix between surreal and emotional, somewhere in between your lost memories, as I really like viewer to describe in their own words the things they see. I tend to be quite ambiguous with the imagery, not really go very much into details and to allow viewer to imagine the missing parts, leaving those gaps for the mind to fill in.
What were your goals for this Click Create edition?
My biggest goal was to show the connection between civilization, the urban landscape, as well as nature. I believe there is no real distinction between human-made and nature-made. This is why I really like to enjoy and to explore those interconnections and the morphings between something that seems to us quite artificial and to something that seems more natural.
If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I had a superpower, it would definitely be the one of teleportation. So I had the biggest FOMO with so many different events happening at the same time. And also when I'm attending any physical events, I tend to overbook my calendar with a lot of side events. And well, I also just love meeting people IRL. And to have those real life connections, it would have been so much easier to just be able to drop by physically to different places.
So what inspires you to create?
I've been a photographer my whole life, so I would say that photography is my main driver of inspiration, and also in a very non-direct way as well. Even though I'm inspired by traditional photographers, even by fashion photographers such as Newton, Avedon, or more color photographers, Eggleston, or even experimental photographers, I would not directly use those visual inspirations in my work, but more learn how they see the world, how they expand their gaze to include or even create new narratives within the world they see. And this is something that I tend to do in my work as well. I find this inspiration from photography to go around the latent space and catch and record those unique moments, not really in a place and time, but in a parallel place and time of something that does not really exist apart from the neural networks that I train on.
What are your goals as a digital artist?
I would say that my goals are really to explore the mediums, and this is why I'm working with AI. I'm working with different architectures, different models. I started with very early generative architectures, then I was experimenting also with some newer ones. I'm also experimenting currently a lot with code in a form of more traditional long-form generative art. So it's really about discovering those new mediums within the realm of technology and just finding ways of how to use them creatively, of how to use them as a way of telling my story, and also on how to connect them with my own experiences, either by being taken on camera lenses or maybe something I don't even have documented, but maybe have living in my memory. So it's really about finding different ways to connect technology with my personal experiences and, play with that a lot as well. There is never really one process in my work. I tend to play with the networks, try to change weird parameters, break them even sometimes. Yeah, also as an AI engineer, you're taught not to do certain things like, well, don't choose your learning rate too high or or don't overfit on your training data. But as an artist, I am able to break those rules too. And this is what's really fun and cool to do. So I tend to do that a lot and really look for any innovative ways that would allow you to push the medium somewhat further.